try to get one more with our Twisted Oreo deck here. We got people in the chat. Everything's beautiful. It's about that time I go get dinner, but don't worry. Don't worry. We can do a bit more. It's all good. It's all good. Nowhere to be tonight. Nothing to worry about. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to be. Just waiting for them shadows. Waiting for that shadows over Innistrad, which, by the way, are angels. And waiting for that Oath of the Gatewatch. Which, by the way, is some silly promise that Jace and Nissa and Chandra and Gideon made to protect the universe forever. The multiverse. I'm sorry, the multiverse. And now they got their buddy Oath. So I'm reading a story last night, and this story is right now on magicthegathering.com articles. And it was about Jace, and Jace goes to visit Innistrad, and we're going to do like the sum up version, and I'm going to try to channel my wife, because she's great at telling stories this way. So Jace is on Innistrad, and he's like, I got to find Soren, but I don't know Soren. I've never met Soren. Who do I know that knows Soren? Oh, I know who, and her name is Liliana. Liliana of the Veil. Liliana the heretical healer. That lady. So he's off to find Liliana in her big old zombie mansion. And his guide, who's like giving him and his horse a ride up the mountain, turns into a werewolf. Blah! And jumps jumps his horse and like eats his horse and like eats his own horse and like summons a pack of werewolves, and Jace has to fight this pack of werewolves. Then he gets to Lily's place, barely, because he's running from a pack of werewolves. And guess what? He has to walk through a crowd of zombies. But Lily controls the zombies, so she's like, it's cool. Zombies, don't eat that guy. And then he's like, hi Lily, you're really pretty. And Lily's like, I'm not into you no more, because I don't know if you know, but Lily and Jace had a thing back in the day. And then he's like, hey Lily, help me meet Soren. She's like, Soren will kill you. Soren's a mean old vampire. Soren's the man. He's a monster. He'll just totally wreck everything. You don't want to go hang out with Soren. Don't go hang out with Soren. I'm not going with you if you hang out with Soren. And Jace is like, I'm going to go anyway. And she's like, fine, you can stay the night, but you have to sleep in my basement full of zombies, and then tomorrow you can go hang out with Soren. And he's like, hey Lily, do you want to join our club and take the Oath of the Gatewatch and like help protect the universe? And she's like, no, that sounds stupid. I'm never doing that in my whole life. And that's the story of Jace and Liliana on Innistrad. And once again, this is not new. This is something I get every stream almost. Somebody is complaining about the bad matchmaking system on Xbox. Or maybe they're not complaining. Maybe they're just pointing it out. Whatever. We know. You're right. The matchmaking system sucks. There's nothing I can do about it. And I'm going to just keep on doing this anyway. Bam! Shoot that. Gonna kill that hawk. Somebody always has to come in and dump some negativity about the matchmaking. There's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, did you guys like that story? Did you like that story? There you go. That's the story of Jace and Liliana on Innistrad, the most recent edition. Lily's just like, you suck, dude. We're not hanging out anymore. We're not friends. And Jace is sad, because he probably thought he was going to get some play, but he's not. Or at least not yet. You never know. Lily, she's fickle. She could... Well, she's hot and she's cold. She's yes and she's no. Alright. Let's see what our opponent has for us. Not throwing down Gideon and Make a Knight. I've never read the 258 chapters of Nissa plus Ashia? What is that? I don't know. I've never read that, so I can't really tell you that story. I haven't read much lore. I typically don't care about the lore, normally. I just started reading it very recently because I thought, and apparently I'm right, that I would have cool stories to tell on my streams if I read the lore. And I did. I got to tell you the amazing story of Jace and Liliana. I will try to read more of the stories, and that way I will have new stories for you in the future. Oh, goodness gracious. He tries to get in on that Nissa too. Jace is a player, yo. He's such a nerd in Origins, but now he's a playa. That's funny to me. Do I blow up his dude? Or do I play Gideon? We're gonna Giddy. Let's get giddy. We might lose giddy in this way. It's a little risque, but we're going to do it. The stories about Nissa and her pet elemental were awful? For some reason, I find that really funny. I may have to go back, but I don't want to read... No, I don't want to go back. I don't want to read you stories about Oath of the Gatewatch. I don't want to read you stories about Zendikar. I want to read you stories about new sets, because new sets what you're excited about, right? Everybody in here gets excited about new sets. Old sets, it's like, we gotta wait. What do you have to do? You have to wait like 20 years for them to be retro, right? If you wait 20 years, it becomes retro, and then it's cool, and then you can talk about it again. Or maybe now that's accelerated schedule. Maybe now it's like 15 years or 12 years, maybe even 10 years for something to be retro now that the internet makes everything move faster. It's interesting, right? I think it's interesting. I could be alone. You got a Knightly Valor, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Here comes Inferno Fist. That's a problem. So we're going to block, and then we're going to Planar Outburst. And that's the strategy. The person who should somebody is kind enough to say that I should record some audiobooks in that style of storytelling. Let me put it this way, okay? My wife is amazing at that style of storytelling. She is absolutely hilarious. And what she's reading right now is a book by this old dude named Seneca. It's a philosophy bit, Seneca and Stoicism. And she'll take like these texts that are written in really ancient type material. Like they are just... They are weird and ancient and totally lame. And she will... I'm not going to plus. I'm going to make 2/2s because right now I can sacrifice creatures for more life and more cards, which is more the point of this deck than the beatdown. But yeah, she reads like this old Roman Seneca stuff, and she does it in that kind of format where it's like, so basically Seneca is saying that when some guy comes up on you in the street and says, hey, I don't like your face, you're just not supposed to kick him back. You know, you're not supposed to kick him in the nuts and give him a forearm to the head. You're supposed to just walk away and be a better person. And that's how you become a better person. And like, I love the way that she sums it up. So I'm really just using her style. So what do we have over here? RD Cap Jace, trying to get some action, but he gets attacked by some werewolf bishes, and then finally gets to some zombies, and then gets turned down, so no action. Actually, that's an even better sum up, Oreo, than mine. He goes through werewolves and zombies to get to his lady friend who makes him sleep in the basement with more zombies. And refuses to join his little club, and won't go with him to meet the big vampire Soren. Just all kinds of turned down. It's awesome. That's a very good recap. I love it. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you guys are having fun. I'm having fun too. We're going to make this the last game because I do have to go eat some food. I'm starting to get one of those hunger headaches. And if you've had one, you know what I'm talking about. But it's been a good day of Magic. And we'll probably play Magic tomorrow. And that'll be the last time for a while. I'm going to be in Florida from Saturday, this coming Saturday, and I'm going to be there for quite a while, probably until the Sunday the week after, maybe longer. So I will not be around. Sorry, guys, about that. Let's see, we know he has Knightly Valor, so we'll let him cast that before we use our Flesh Bag. But then it'll make another Knight token. This is interesting. I think I'm just going to hold off. But anyway, yeah, guys, this channel is going to be dead next week. That doesn't mean I don't love you and I won't be back. And perhaps by the time I get back and into the swing of things, we'll have new cards. And we'll go absolutely crazy with those. So please, follow me now. Hit the little heart thing right now so that when you come back, you'll see that I'm back and live, and we can get to work on some awesome Shadows decks, okay? And, yeah, in the meantime, there's some replays you can check out if you feel like doing that. Let's draw some cards. Oh, yeah, there we go. So if we're going to do that next turn, let's do this again. See, Jace right now, or not Jace, been telling too many stories. Gideon right now is a card draw engine. He gives us a token every turn. We pitch him for life and more cards. And more cards means we're going to win. Like, over time, more cards is a lot more powerful than a Planeswalker. More cards eventually beats walkers, most of the time. But yep, I'm going to take a week off. Going to be on the vacay. And I'll come back with some stories about Florida. I'm going to be a big kid. I have a conference, so I'm going to be adulting for a certain amount of time at the conference. But when I'm done, it's going to be all about that Disney World, all about that Universal Studios, yo. And I'll come back with some Wizarding World of Harry Potter tales for you guys. It'll be fun. All right, Nimbus Wings, sure. Okay, we're going to blow that up with a flesh bag. And since we're going to do that, and we want max advantage, we're going to pitch our knight right now. And that's the plan. Draw that card. Draw that card. That doesn't kill it, so I guess flesh bag does. And our opponent's is like, we're going to have more removal spells in our hand than he's going to have creatures in his deck at some point, the way this is going. Pretty brutal. Yep, pick your creature, sacrifice it. I mean, this deck borders on bad manners with how much time it takes to kill you, but it does what it needs to do, let's put it that way. Now, if he takes a turn off and just doesn't cast anything, we'll start attacking him. That's the plan. But as long as he is drawing and casting spells, we're just going to keep grinding him out and make sure that he can't get any momentum. It's generally a good rule of thumb if you have the option of grinding or going aggro. If you are way ahead like we are, just as long as they're casting spells, keep killing their stuff. As soon as they stop casting spells, then you can start killing them. And since he's still casting spells, we're going to keep drawing cards. That's a good card to draw. Alright, so get rid of that. We could have used the Cub, but we're going to use the Edict because we have two of them. And we'll put out the Thrall. And we'll make another 2/2. So somebody's on there to tell me that the Hulk roller coaster is under repair at Universal. Is that a new roller coaster? I don't think I've ever rode it. Or wait, maybe I did once. I guess it depends how old it is. I haven't been there in 5 years. So I'm amazed that they still have the Marvel license at Universal. That's what... Okay, he missed it, so we're not going to draw cards. We're going to start beating him up. I'm amazed that they still have the Marvel license since Disney now owns that company. They must pay a lot. That must make them a little sick to pay a lot of money to Disney to have rides in Universal Studios that are Marvel-themed. But, hey, at least Disney didn't say you have to take all that stuff down. You have to rename those roller coasters, right? Alright, we'll run out of Felidar Cub too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we'll threaten lethal by playing a Cub. And we'll see if he can muster up any resistance. See, we turned the corner really fast. We drew a bunch of cards and it felt like we were doing nothing, but then as soon as we want to hit the gas, he's on a 2-turn clock. And he drew another frickin' Sigil. Yeah. I don't run Sigil in my aggressive decks, but this is obviously not that aggressive of a deck. He's obviously very into his auras, into his aura themed. And this looks like it may be the end of today's stream, guys. So, gonna do my shoutouts right now. Thank you very much. If you're having fun playing Magic with me, trying to play the best Magic we can, build the best decks we can, all I do is duels. I am guaranteed if I'm on here playing, it's going to be Magic duels. And I try to play every day, but I'm taking next week off. But then I'll be back. And you can follow me. You can come check me out more. Or you can read my blog, which is what I really love doing, writing about duels. Haunted Flower, Duels Diaries. If you Google that, you'll find it. There's also a link right below what you're watching right now if you're on a PC. So, yeah, thank you very much for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. I'll either see you tomorrow or I'll see you in a little bit over a week. So, cheers, guys. Laters.